Overthinking. It's the curse of the first responder. It's the curse of someone who cares too much, tries too hard, and always wants to do a good job. Everybody overthinks from time to time, but when it becomes a habit, it can really affect your life. It can affect you physically, mentally, emotionally. Because when your mind gets stuck on a thought or an idea or a fear, and you keep playing something over and over and over and over again in your head, you can start to catastrophize. You start to imagine the worst case scenario and you begin to worry. And that starts to end up feeling like anxiety, this spiral of anxious thoughts that you can't seem to get yourself out of. It affects your body because it triggers the fight or flight response. Your heart rate will increase. You'll notice that the tension in your body changes. You might feel dizzy, sick, all of those things that we associate with being in that fight or flight state, in that over anxious state. And over time, that stresses the body. I talk about that a lot in the Warriors Upgrade. So if you want to learn more about how stress and being over anxious all the time will affect you long term, let me know. Just drop a 7 below and I will send you a copy of that. But mentally, it's exhausting. When your mind is constantly running round and round and round in circles, you're going to have less mental energy to do important things. It's going to affect your ability to focus. It's going to lower your productivity. And of course, it's going to affect your ability to make decisions. And in a job like yours, making decisions is critical. And of course, we have the emotional aspect. Overthinking leads to more anxiety, more stress, more fear. The negativity will start to affect your mood and you will feel worse about yourself and your life because it's distorting your thinking and your worldview. You will start to catastrophize on things that probably aren't that bad. And then, of course, that's going to create issues with the people around you because they can't see what you see. They can't understand what you are thinking. And of course, it's going to affect you from being present and enjoying the moment, which is another factor that affects your relationships and your ability to enjoy life. Because when your mind is always worrying about the future or stuck on an event from the past, you miss out on the joy of being present. You miss out on the ability to live now and enjoy life as it is. And the longer this process goes on, the worse it gets. And soon you are automatically jumping to worst case scenario. You are constantly in a state of anxiety and catastrophizing everything. What if this goes wrong? What if this happens? What if this? What if that? It takes it to the extreme and it will make your anxiety there all the time worse, constantly at the forefront. But of course, there are ways to overcome it. With greater self-awareness, you can begin to catch yourself when you start to overanalyze, when you're going down this pathway of spiraling, the ability to learn how to breathe to calm the nervous system, the ability to meditate, to understand your thoughts better and to structure how you're thinking. All of these things will have a massive impact in your ability to control your overthinking. And of course, being able to reframe your thoughts. It's a really hard thing to say in my accent. But when you notice that those negative scenarios, those what ifs are sneaking in, you can start to purposefully grab them and change them, shift your perspectives. And I have a really cool tool to help you with that. If you want a copy of that, just drop the word perspective, just drop that in there and I'll be able to send that to you. Anyway, over time, you can actually retrain your brain to find alternative perspectives and stop defaulting to the worst case scenario. It will help you become more present. You'll be able to let go of perfectionism because most people who define themselves as perfectionists, which is something I did for a very, very long time, tend to overthink because you're constantly looking for the tiniest details and you end up short-circuiting and overthinking. Now, the less power that you can give to those thoughts, the less control that they're going to have over you. If everything becomes about what's going on in your head, then you're never ever going to have a life that is full of meaning. You're never ever going to have a life that you fully enjoy because you cannot be present, you cannot be there in your body because you're so much in your head. So if you can learn to deal with this by becoming calmer, more grounded in the present, then life is going to get better. Now, it sounds very simple as I'm saying this. Of course, it's not. It's a process. It takes the correct training. It takes the correct tools. It takes the correct tactics to do that. And that's something that we focus on inside of Project Tempest. But I would love to give you a couple of little tools to help you with that. Like I said, if you want access to the Warrior's Path, where we talk about the effects of stress, fight or flight, the nervous system, let me know. Just drop a 7 below and I can get that to you. Or if you would like access to the digital tool that helps you reframe situations and change your perspectives, just drop me a line with the word perspective and I'll send that to you. But either way, the art of overthinking is something that can be hugely damaging mentally, physically, and emotionally. And it's something that I believe people with first responding roles suffer from. So if you want a little bit of help with that, you just let me know, drop me a line, and I'll send you those resources over.